Be live here any second now. All right, nice to see everybody and to you guys in the chat already. I don't know, I'm live. It says I just don't see me up on the screen yet. There we are. All right. Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Happy Sunday morning. Thanks for coming. I know it's an early stream, and oh, Carlos, my man, what's happening? Wheelrow, Eddie, Carlos are in the house already. That's pretty cool, man. I found some pretty neat some new building materials I just wanted to share with you guys. I thought it was kind of cool. Some more not necessarily green materials, but definitely alternative. I would say that well, hotspot. Yeah, and Eddie, there's this other company I've been looking into. It's called Live U, and I think the gear might be a little on the pricey side, but it might not be. I think they have some other equipment that's affordable, but it's I think liveu.com. And there's this girl on YouTube that I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she streams and she talks about live streaming because she streams from like some crazy like locations in the middle of nowhere, and this gear helps with the live streaming. It gives you a clean signal and all that good stuff. So I was thinking about looking into some of the gear because if I'm going to start going on to some of these construction sites and some of them are up north and stuff, I would need to get something to help with that signal, right? But also too, I can't wait. Like up in Canada here, we don't have the data plans like you guys do down in offers vehicle hotspot. Yeah, I think you guys have Wi-Fi from your truck, right, Eddie? But yeah, so yeah, I'm just dying. I'm waiting because we really don't have the data plans here. I watch like two YouTube videos and I'm not connected to my home Wi-Fi. I'm over my data plan already, right? It's insane. But yeah, check it out. Live View. I was looking at that earlier on, but I just got so caught up with just making other content and stuff like that. I kind of stopped looking into it. But it was looking really neat, and I'm definitely gonna go back and look more into it. So yeah. The phone is the network isn't the greatest, right? Especially in new construction areas, it seems, right? So yeah, and it's with a different carrier, right? But okay, no, that's awesome. But yeah, some of it must be affordable because I mean, she plugs it like this. She plugs this Live U gear all the time, and it's yeah. I don't know. I just I definitely want to look more into it. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I filled up my soup bowl. That's funny. My you know my son says he says that's a soup bowl, right? So I got my soup bowl here full of coffee, ready to go. Good to see you guys. Yeah. Hey Court, how's it going? Here's my wife. At $80 a month for 3 gigs. So that's yeah. She Court's the accountant in the bill payer, so she knows all the costs of everything. So yeah, that's crazy, right? 3 gig. That's all we get for $80 a month. Oh, really? Eh? You can't run OBS? I'm shocked. I mean, um, so we're looking onto building with recycled maple leaves. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Um, I mean materials, recycled materials, right? Yeah. There are some recycled materials that we'll be going over today in the stream that are pretty neat stuff. So, um, but yeah, so everyone's good. Everyone's good. Enjoying your having a good Sunday morning. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Christina, by the way. But so yeah, yeah. That's why I don't go live from my phone. I'd love to go live from some of these. Hey, nice, Steven. Nice to see you. Good morning, and welcome. I'm glad you caught the stream. I know it's early. Like I was saying, I'm an early riser. Like I'm a construction worker, so we're programmed to be up at 5 a.m. in the right. So it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. And then of course it's nice and quiet still because we kind of keep the kids up late on Saturday night so that they sleep in for me on the Sunday morning. Because once they're up, it's yeah, there's no quiet. It's crazy. So I'm kind of hoping that when we find a house, we can get a house with something with like a detached, double garage, so I can build a studio above it. And then we'll have the privacy and the quiet where and then I don't have to set up every morning. Like today I had a crazy another just technical difficulty with my backdrop and my lighting, so I just no I just canceled the lighting this morning. And this backdrop, I'm really not happy with it because I can't get the creases out. I've ironed it, I've steamed it, I've hung it like it said. I've done everything it said to do to get the creases out, but they just don't come out. So I got a little portion of them out, but oh, it takes crazy. The 7 P's, Chris. The 7 P's. 7 P's. Why do I know that? But no, that's awesome, man. Welcome, Steven. That's nice to see you. I'm going to. So I got some pretty cool stuff. I got like I was looking at. We like to say we keep the kids up late, but it's yeah. Yeah, right. Amelia, she's a tough one to get to bed. She's so very energetic, but noise dampening, Eddie. Yeah. So no, so I was looking for alternative building materials. One of the somebody had said on one of the streams, what about straw insulation, right? So I was like, yeah, that's of course. Why haven't I been seeing anything about that? Well, I was searching green building materials before, and instead this time I searched for alternative building materials. So I have some alternative materials and alternative building methods to show you. Now some of these methods are like some things you'd only do like if it was like a zombie apocalypse and you're like, needing to build something, to hide out your family or whatever, or it's all out war and you just take off to the mountains and build something. Like some of these things you never want to actually do in a real, like in a town or city or something like that, right? Because they're pretty crazy. Seams to put it in the seams. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, you're two. Oh, you have a 2-year-old, Carlos. Aw. Yeah, aren't they? Oh man, and I'm just so blessed. I can't like I have some. I hate zombies too. I got some awesome kids. They're so full of life and personality. My son is he's 11 now, and he's just such a good kid, such a gentleman and nice kid, and yeah, his Fortnite Saturdays, sleep Sundays, nice, yeah. Put it on the back of the drywall, nice. Drywall. Who said drywall? Oh my goodness, yeah. Gosh, yeah, I've done so much drywall in my time. It's crazy. I double layer fireboard, eh? What did I miss? Noise dampening. I'm just gonna jump back up here. Did I miss something? Never heard of green glue. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, green glue for drywall. Okay, so that yeah, Ben loves Fortnite. Yeah, he's actually starting to edit his videos, and he streams on Twitch, and I've like honestly all this stuff I got for him because he wanted to stream, he wanted to do YouTube, and I never even really knew, like I wasn't really involved in YouTube at all until he started showing interest in it, and we got him the like the webcam, the mics, and all this stuff, so he could stream. And then when I just kind of I just ended up starting a channel in January. I was like, yeah, I got some gear, so and then of course now we got all the gear for everything. So, but yeah, Ben, he's starting to edit videos and he's getting good. He's doing really well. I'm so proud of him. Because like I hate to see them wasting all their time just on games, right? Video games. And like just do something else, right? You got all this software and equipment. I'd like to see you do something other than just playing video games. So he's now playing video games, but uh, he's editing and doing stuff. He knows OBS better than me. It's great. He's the one who's teaching me OBS now. Yeah. So the green glue. So what we do is we glue the studs, the wood studs, and we put the drywall on the, like, is that what you're talking about? Right? So you glue the stud and then you put the drywall on. And then you only screw the perimeters of the drywall. That's how we do it in residential. And then if there's a party wall, if you're doing townhouses or whatnot, you'll do double layer fire guard. And then sometimes yeah, Amelia, she because she sees us doing it. She's so cute. She plays Roblox and she does the commentary and stuff like that. So she calls herself Teacher Elsa, right? Elsa from Frozen. So she's Teacher Elsa, and it's just she's adorable. She's so cute. Yeah. But yeah, I got cases of that green glue in my van, and in under here. Yeah, Teacher Elsa. Yeah, that's the name of her channel. But yeah, it's awesome. Hey, Dan, back to school. I know, right? Back to school is next week, I believe, right? And it's awesome. I can't believe this summer went by so fast. Unfortunately, our summer started off with a bang, and it just boom blew by, and it is quicker to install. It is. I no, hands down. With the green glue, it's faster and it's so much neater. You don't have to tape the field screw. So if it's actually for me, yeah, it's Monday. You guys go back to school. I think Ben goes back to school Monday too. And my 4-year-old Amelia is starting school. She goes to pre-kindergarten next week, right? Court, is that next week? But yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome. The benefits are nice. Yeah, like you don't have to screw up or you don't have to screw up the field, but you also don't have to tape the screws, right? So that's nice because it gives you a nicer finish on the walls, right? And then when you're doing like ceilings, you don't tape field. No, you don't tape field screws. You spot them. You mud them. Yeah, I call it taping it, but you mud them. Yeah. Yeah. So and then like it's just you can sometimes see them if you don't do it right. But at the same time, eh? Yeah, I found it for myself. I think I find it a bit quicker to install with the glue. It's neat. It's neat. Yeah, so September 4th after Labor Day. So so we have 8 days before the kids go back here. But yeah, your kids have been back in school for a week and a half already, eh? In August. So when do you guys finish? And she's in kinder. Yeah, oh, I know, right? So when you guys must finish a little bit earlier then, hey Eddie? Your kids must finish a little bit earlier. You like finishing the drywall? I can't stand it. I absolutely cannot stand finishing drywall. It's so hard on the hands. That it's crazy. Like if I do the fire taping like I did on this last job, I don't have bazookas or anything like that, and this is a commercial job, so I'm taping seams that are 30 feet high, and you know, we got yeah, you don't have to screw the field, right? You have to screw the perimeter, so you screw the bevels and the butts, right? So last week of May, yeah. So we go to June. We go to the last week of June here in school. So it's the same time, just different times. And I think and it's funny how our spring breaks are different too. I always found that funny because when we always went down south for spring break, it was you know, but actually the nice thing about it was I think Daytona was always on. The Daytona 500 and Bike Week. We used to go down there for spring break all the time, and it was all, yeah, no pop marks and stuff. You're right, yeah. And then when you're drywalling a ceiling in like if you need a fire rated, sound rated ceiling, they have these really neat systems. It's like hat channel. It's a heavy gauge hat channel that have they're like rubber things that you put on for vibration, and then you run hat channel. It's like a heavy gauge hat channel, and then you double layer 5/8 the ceiling. But that's high end though. That's expensive system, but it's beautiful. You rock sole the ceiling, and you have these little spacer things. They're like 7/8 wide, and then you get another 7/8 for the hat bar, and then double layers, so 1.25 inches 5/8, right? So you got a thick ceiling, and it's super awesome. Yep, same here. Same here. We're all exactly the same. Yep. 6 inches on center, 12 inches in the field, exactly the same. Sometimes they actually have a stick that they put on the wall and check. It's very rare do they inspect the drywall here. Usually, always though, when you're doing like laboratories and hospitals, they always check. Yeah, 7-inch hi hat. Yep, that's right. 16 gauge. You're exactly right. Yep, 16 to 18 gauge. Exactly. You're right. Yes. It's a heavy gauge hat channel. Yeah, hi hat. That's right. 7/8 thick, and then yeah, they got these rubber things. They're vibration thing, whatever. But I did it I was in Banff. No, it was Canmore, just next to Banff. There are these really high end like condos that were being built. I think it was called Spring Creek, the Spring Creek project. I was down there for I was supposed to be there for 2 years, but I only ended up staying a few months. But yeah, the whole, like, these are $1 million like lofts and condos that we were building, right? And they all had that ceiling, and it was crazy. But, oh yeah, no worries, Christina. You drive safe. And yeah, no worries. New construction today. I'm excited. That last video, I don't know how I missed it. I ended up watching it last night. I don't know how I missed it. For some reason, I must have got busy or something. But I said, oh my gosh, I missed a video. And that house that you showed us was amazing. It blows my mind when I go through the new construction here, and after seeing your videos, it's like, oh. You know, I mean, it's just so nice. Those houses down there are really nice, and we don't get it's just because everything's so busy. There's such a housing shortage here, right? It's just like you can't build them quick enough up here, right? So the quality is just in the pits, and the price is way high, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't think I could ever justify buying a new home up here, because it's just crazy, right? Aubrey is, oh, you guys are with Aubrey. Okay, cool, good stuff. So I want to thank everybody for all your comments and on my last video. It was very nice. That was you know, watching the interview with Christina and Matt on I think was it a Wednesday night? It was a Wednesday night. It was awesome. I was trying to think about if I was going to do the video or not. I was going to do it for my Tuesday video, and I was like, and then finally after seeing you on Create You with Matt, I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. So the next day I shot it that morning, and it was out that afternoon, or actually it was out that morning too. I think I shot it and everything in like a few hours, so it was pretty cool. She's learning to drive, eh? Wow, I know. I can't imagine when, like, you know, I can't. Ben's gonna be driving in like 5 years, I think. Um, so we got some time. We got some time, but yeah, I know. Gosh, now that we have our fourth on the way, fourth and final on the way. We're gonna have to buy a few cars. I think I'm gonna have to get you know, have to get the kids, put them to work. But okay, so on my on to like alternative materials, we'll just kind of um, definitely we will. I hope that helps. And I know like if you haven't checked out like there's some there's like Nick Nimmin, there's Creator Fundamentals, there's Dan there, there's them those two I think are the ones who talk more about software and stuff, especially like the free software. So if you hop in on one of his streams on Wednesday, or you know, just check out some of his videos, he talks about free software. So and both all I think their links are on my homepage as well. So three in at 14. Oh, really, Court? I didn't even know that. You can get a learners at 14? Or oh no, okay, you're talking about Aubrey, she's 15. Oh, okay, okay. So that's awesome. And thanks, Eddie. Yeah, thank you for the comment about the video that it was, excuse me. It's yeah, it was just, you know, coming out west, and because my son's mom and I aren't together, right? We decided that, you know, we just weren't compatible, and you know, we separated. I couldn't go back home because that, you know, I couldn't bring him with me. That would just make any sense. So I decided to stay here in Alberta, and it's so far away from my family and everything I know back in Toronto. And so, you know, it's just it felt really lonely. And just starting on YouTube, just meeting everybody, it just sparked new life in me, right? So I'm just super happy, and Courtney's happy. You know, she sees the difference in me, and yeah, I'm just, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. This is awesome, and it's amazing meeting all awesome people. It's so cool, and from all over the globe too. It's really something. It's really something. 14, really? 14 in Alberta? Because I think I not because in Ontario it was my 16th birthday when I got my learners, and you had to be 17 to get your like your first level of driver license, whatever that is. So graduated licensing here we have nothing north of the border. Yeah. Yeah, this is like Edmonton is a really hard place to live because the closest city is 3.5 hours to the south, right? And then you got to go 8 hours either direction, east or west, to another city. So we're like literally in the middle of nowhere, bum f nowhere up here, and it's cold and it's dark and it's lonely, and it's a construction town. It's an oil town. It's construction. Yeah, definitely, and it's definitely the Wild West here. Yeah, 18 to go to the bars here, and 14 to drive. It's crazy. Yeah, so you got a lot of stuff happens because the kids are too young, and there's stuff that happens out in the bars, and Courtney and I don't go out to the clubs anymore. Obviously, with now we have the kids and stuff like that. But it's just a crazy time. Like it's well, it isn't you know what, like it's a different kind of ghetto. Like we have there's a lot of reserves around, and there's because of the young people in the high paying jobs with the oil and construction, there's drugs, there's alcohol, it's just crazy stuff, and you know, there's a lot of violent things, like a lot of violence. Like there's you don't really hear people getting shot here, but like stabbings all the time, and like they just don't care. Like they don't care. It's dangerous, and at night, you know, like I was down there in the daytime, and I was just on the outside of that ghetto. But if I was to go inside, you'd see a different, you know. But it's, I know what you're talking about. Like I've been to Detroit, I've been through the ghettos there. It's nothing like that. Trust me. There's some places in Toronto that you just don't go, and there's nothing like that here. But um, there's no guns. There's no guns. The only like real, you know, gangsters and whatever drug dealers have them, but nobody has guns here. So that's a good thing. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't imagine, you know, being. That's a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, Crocodile Dundee. I love that movie, man. That's a great movie. Yeah, I bet you could, Eddie. I know, and you know what? I mean, I've spent some time in Miami. I've spent time in Detroit. I've been to New York. I was in LA when, you know, back in the day. I was in LA on my way to Mexico, and there was riots going on. It was crazy. But yeah, and they're big and scary, absolutely scary. And yeah, so I understand. Like, yeah, they're not. We just like for us, they're ghettos for sure. And but you know, I'm not gonna call you Mick. Mick, yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, you know, it is what it is, and the nice thing is the city is put billions of dollars to cleaning up the city, and they have some pretty nice projects on the go in there. And you know what? It's actually cleaned up so dramatically since I came out here 12 years ago. The city's cleaned up. It is so like it is crazy how the downtown has been revitalized, and just more billions of dollars going into it, right? So, yeah, it's actually it's improving a lot, but yeah, you know, it's just some places you just, you know, like we don't want to move because we want to keep our children safe. Like there's we call it like the north end here, is awful. Like it's awful. Like you just stay away from the north end. It's, you know, the houses are cheap, but that's right, Courtney. Yeah, we have a smaller population. Yeah, for a city, so our ghettos are mainly where the homeless and rough people live. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what we. That's how we. You know, that's what we say as a ghetto. Yeah, there are two, and they aren't that bad. Yeah, no, they're not nothing like those stuff I've seen in other cities. That's for sure. But so maybe I have to come up with a new name for them. Maybe I shouldn't call them a ghetto. I should. You know, maybe we should come up with a new name to describe them. Dude, if I was homeless, same thing. I would be hiking all the way south where it's warm, and I'd be building a hut on the beach somewhere. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. No way, man. Absolutely. Yep. I wouldn't be sticking around here in the city. That's for sure. I'd be going somewhere. You know, even to the mountains. I'd just go and live like a hobbit. So I can. Excuse me. You know, just bring my bow, and there you go, right? So I don't own any firearms, and I'll never own any firearms. I don't like guns, but I do like shooting. I do like archery quite it's pretty cool. I used to do that when I was younger, and I'm teaching my son now a little bit about it, but I definitely have to get better if I had to hunt for food, that's for sure. But it's crazy. But yeah, definitely I'd be definitely going south. Yeah, yeah. You're supervised. That's good. I got that. That's awesome, Christina. Is it like that in Honolulu? Eh? Homeless all over. I mean, wouldn't places like that attract like homeless people? Like, wouldn't that's where you'd want to go if you were homeless? Wouldn't it be? Like, I mean, it just makes sense. I don't know why are these guys sticking around here when it's 8 months of winter? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? It really doesn't make any sense. I think maybe you know, it's crazy because our government, it helps people too much, and it enables people to not work. Trust me, the system here is screwed up. Like, there's no incentive for people to go out and get a job. We're taxed. 35% of our income is taxed, and if you don't have a job, the government pays for everything for you. Everything. It's crazy. So people who are on welfare have drug plans. They have beautiful teeth because their teeth are all fixed for free, and they got eye care. They got everything, right? It's insane. So people here, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They're homeless here because they spend all their money on drugs and alcohol. Exactly it. Yep. Yeah, and you know what's funny? Like, really, Carlos, that's crazy. You took your in your honeymoon. Yeah, my folks they went to Hawaii, but I never heard anything about that. But I would, oh man, I'd love to go there. I would love to surf. Like I want to surf so bad. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's crazy. And like that's the thing, like our government is so messed up. Like, it's just so messed up. Like, we're just too giving to people who, they don't, and it's crazy. Like, we're just too giving, and we're enabling them. We're enabling this stuff, right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then like I said, like 35% of our income is taxed. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, but yeah, so onto some materials, I guess. I'm just going to run over some stuff quick because this conversation is actually really fun today. But so yeah, internet surfing in Canada. Yeah, that's the only surfing I get to do. But we do have a place called Tofino where you can surf. And I want to go there so bad. Yeah, it just looks so beautiful. I had a friend, and she worked at the resorts there, and she's like, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. So that's how I even know about it. But you never told me that story, Court. That's so funny. She was in San Diego and met a homeless Santa Claus from Planet X. That's awesome. Yeah, in Toronto, like, the homeless people are awesome. Like, they're so nice. They do stuff, like they do art, like they paint, they draw, they play play instruments for money and stuff like that, right? Like, they're the panhandlers, or they're like street performers almost, right? And here, you don't get any of that. You just get rude homeless people who, like, will stab you if you don't give them $1 type thing, right? Like, it's crazy. So, it's so different. Yeah, it's pretty scary. So you just gotta have that big tough look, and they don't even come near you, right? They don't ask you for nothing. So, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't give homeless people money. Like, I'll buy them food, no problem. I'll buy them food and drink, and that's, not alcohol, but but I don't give money. I pay enough in tax to cover the money thing, right? So, but yeah, I hate seeing people hungry. And even if they did it themselves, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Like, there's no excuse for it. We have, like, there's so much money going, like, we have so much money, like, why, like, but it's just the programs, they're not there, like, people, like, there's such a huge labor shortage. We're importing people from other countries to work for us as labor, but we have all of these Canadians sitting at home on welfare. It's crazy, right? It makes no sense at all. New Orleans, yeah. Oh, yeah, my mom, New Orleans and San Francisco are her two favorite cities and in the world, and she's just telling me, I gotta go, and I'd love to do the whole West Coast, really. Get an RV and just go. That would be so cool. Even with the kids, that would be awesome. I'd totally do it. That would be a nice trip. Be a really nice trip. So we know about reclaimed wood, but this here is the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. Algae is a huge problem with our freshwater lakes up here, and now these guys are have come up with a process to make pellets for plastic, right? For polymer, with the algae from the lakes, right? So they come in and they scoop up the algae, and they take the slurry to, factory, whatever, and so it's called soloplast, I believe, and it's 10 and not 10 but 10 and 50% algae. And I think this is fantastic because algae is a huge problem. It's really gross looking, and it's smelly, and it just, in my opinion, it makes the lakes just really uninhabitable, and just you don't want to swim in them. And some of the beautiful lakes that down south in Ontario that that I was when I was a kid, just beautiful blue, crystal blue, or just like green, top green algae, just like a thin film of it all across the lake. It's crazy. So to me this is amazing. Bioplastic from algae is amazing. I think that solves two problems right there. Ganite? Huh, I'm gonna write that down because I'm not too sure what that is, Wilro. Ganite? Yeah. Can you imagine that? That's really, like, I love this stuff. I love when they come up with stuff like this. This is a beautiful. This could clean up the lakes. Sewage to fertilizer pellets. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. That's it. I love it. I love this stuff. Recycle, reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle. Anything like this is cool stuff, right? I think as well. I think it takes a less. So pelletized feedstock ready for injection, molding, extrusion, or typical plastic fabrication processes. Algix claims that every pound of algae it harvests consumes 2 pounds of carbon dioxide. That's the other point. So that's amazing. So every pound of algae it harvests consumes 2 pounds of carbon dioxide. That's amazing. I love it, right? Isn't that awesome? So that's like 3 things now. That's really cool. Oh, so what they would use it for is anything like that you would use it like as a acrylic polymer, that usually takes, like, it's all petroleum products that they use to make it. Anything like panels, like art, like yeah, whatever you would use plastic for, right? Where do we use it? So we use it in, like, we use a lot of acrylic polymer in, like, business signs, like signs for businesses, and for paneling, for like exterior walls and stuff like that, like certain panels in interior. It's more of it's an aesthetic part. It's it's just nice, right? You can light it, you can, it's good stuff. It's a high rate of carbon. It is, isn't it? Right? Plastic to make slab bolsters. Height. Yeah. There you go. That's right. Yeah. Sorry, Carlos. Thank you for that. So we use plastic for a few things. Yeah. For, concrete ties, and, the ends, and all this stuff. So, it's nice when, the less petroleum we use is good. It's really good. So, and then they're developing faux lumber, so that's cool too, right? Faux lumber with it. So that you can think of the many applications of for lumber, right? So, there's a lot of algae. So, it must be easy to make, because here's an example, Courtney, of a polymer. You can have it translucent, transparent, or opaque, right? So yeah, it has different applications for sure. It's really neat. Photovoltaic glass. It's nothing new. This is neat. This is neat. Biomimetic insulation. Okay, so what this biomimetic insulation is, it's based off of, it's like polar bear hair. So fiberglass insulation is energy intensive to manufacture and releases skin and eye irritants, big time, right? Fiberglass insulation is the worst thing that we're exposed to in the field, like in building. Insulation, in my opinion, is the deal breaker. Like it's awful stuff. Yeah, so full lumber we use for decks, benches, picnic tables, things like that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Sorry, when this stuff started first coming out, the cities were using them for their park benches and stuff like that, and it's good stuff. Like it doesn't weather, right? Like I mean the color fades, yes, but it doesn't break down like the wood, the actual wood, right? Veranda boards, yeah, that's it, yeah. So yeah, this Netherlands based company here. So Lindy, they investigate polar bear skin as a natural model. So the resulting ply skin is a biomimetic non-toxic insulation that resembles its inspiration. So it's inspired by polar bear hair, right? It's not polar bear hair or skin, right? So it's mimicked off that, right? It's really neat stuff, right? So so three distinct layers. The inner layer, the skin, the black PLA designed to absorb heat. The middle layer, the underfur, is a dense honeycomb of white PET that traps the heat. And the outer layer, guard hair, is a synthetic fur made from translucent recycled polyamide, which captures stationary air. So it's like resulting in furry buildings. So think about that, right? Furry buildings. That's kind of neat. It's different, right? So furry buildings. So it's different. It's definitely different, and it's better than the fiberglass, right? So like the extruded polystyrene. So the polystyrene, extruded polystyrene, right, is like what we call rigid insulation, and it's heavy on the with the petroleum stuff, right? So it's just not good stuff. And the fiberglass insulation, so we have bat insulation and we have semi-rigid like Roxol and stuff like that, right? They, as far as price goes, I hadn't really seen some of them are I've seen, like some of them are a little more, but it's like you're talking like 0 to 10% more, not like not anything crazy, and some are less. And how available is it? Well, this is still in development, I believe. It's not being used yet. This is it did say somewhere. So what they're doing is they're waiting. No, it doesn't say here. But yeah, so this type of insulation, excuse me, isn't available yet. It's still in development, and the government is actually the Netherlands here, like they're trying to start getting it into construction. So I think we'll be seeing more of it in the future. So so yeah, and then you know what, that's also, I'm gonna make sure I check a little bit more on that too, okay, world, to make sure that because it's neat. Like I honestly never heard of this stuff, never heard of it before. So some of these things I haven't heard of before is amazing. Because I'm always looking for new stuff, right? And I can't believe I haven't seen this before. And the algae, like, it's crazy. So I can't believe I haven't come across that yet. So yep, through the contractor went a little too wide between PT posts, so some of the decking wrapped. If you read the print, Carlos, if you nail through, it voids the warranty. Yeah. So if you're talking about, I might have missed what you're talking about, but like a vapor barrier, uh, I'm sure yours what you're talking about, like a blue skin or something like that. Yeah, if you do nail through it, yeah, you're breaking the seal. You can when you can fasten through it, but they have special like washers, we'll call them, like these things that you have to use on it, and then you have to patch over it, right, with the blue skin. So it's a process, right? Yep, faux lumber is available here. Faux lumber has been available in Canada since I was a kid. So yeah, 30 years. 30 years it's been available in Canada. It was yeah, recycled plastic at first, right? Like recycled bottles and stuff like that. And now they're using other stuff, right? So Netherlands is so present. Yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah, Switzerland, Netherlands. Yeah, just Europe in general. They're definitely more innovative over there than we are here. Yeah, yeah. I bet you that faux lumber. Yeah, I'm sure. You can buy faux lumber at Home Depot. Like they have like sticks, right? So and they also have like what's that, like lattice? They have faux lumber lattice as well that you can buy here in the stores. So it is available. Yeah. Is laminate considered faux lumber? I don't. I would say no. It's not faux because it is actually it is wood. It's just like an MDF type of wood, right? So it's like sawdust glued together type thing and compressed with a layer of vinyl on top, right? Hey, yo, Vince is in the house, everybody. I do the same thing. Yeah, we all do, right? If you're good at your job, you're good at building, and you have integrity and you build with pride. Yeah, I'm always noticing things that are wrong with construction. I My favorite thing and I miss about Toronto is walking around looking at the old buildings and the brick and the masonry, and like you could see like in these old buildings like the Freemason symbols in the buildings and stuff like that. Like just beautiful architecture. Like Old City Hall in Toronto is so beautiful. Like it's it's amazing, right? I miss that. I miss walking around and seeing the old buildings because now they're definitely different, but I'd say like they're you got everyone's trying to build it quicker, right? Quicker, so you don't get that old brick and stone and like just I don't even know, like this is cool designs, right? Yeah, yeah. And it drives court nuts too. I think when I'm picking apart like the new homes and stuff, when we look at stuff, and I pick apart everything because I just it drives me nuts, right? So cool, super cool, Vince. You made it, man. That's so cool, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody coming. That's so cool. I haven't even got through the first page yet because we've been talking the whole time. So we did find a couple cool things, Vince. Like this algae plastic and polar bear fur insulation. But it's not real polar bear hair. It's made after it's like modeled after it, right? So it's pretty cool stuff. So flying robots, we know about that. We've gone over the drones and stuff like that. But this kind of highlighted a different way of thinking, right? So it's like where is it? Yeah, here it is. So inspired by the way in which leaf miner moth spin silk hammocks, right, between 2 points on a curved leaf. Um, yeah. So the drones will. There's two robotic arms that are stationary, and I'm sure like they'll move as the thing, but then the drones will fly or whatever and spin. It's just crazy. It's the technique that I wanted to highlight on this one, right? This is pretty neat. So. But yeah, so the result was a lightweight fiber structure composed of 114 miles of resin impregnated fiber. That's really neat. So, being old buildings, yeah, yeah, I love looking at old buildings. I just that I miss that a lot about Toronto because it's a very old city, and Edmonton is much newer, and they're not as they don't have that like that, right? So it's like everything looks like it was built in the 70s, 60s and 70s here, right? It's I do miss that. I just love the old architecture in New York. Oh God, do I love New York? What Boston and New York, those are my two favorite cities that I've been to so far. So I just love them. I absolutely love it. So yeah, and thanks, Eddie. Make sure you, yeah, hit the like button, please. I'd appreciate that huge. Yeah, that's thanks, Eddie. Right on. Um, but yeah, there's just I love old buildings, so they're really neat. So this is interesting. Uh, you got it, Carlos. You bet. No problem. Um, that I haven't had to mow a lawn since I moved out of my folks' house when I was a kid. When I was 17, I haven't mowed a lawn since then. When I was younger, my grandmother and grandfather lived across the street, so I used to mow their lawn and our lawn. And I like mowing the lawn. I like doing stuff like that. It's physical activity, so I like physical activities, right? Chicago, oh, I've never been there. I want to go. I really want to go. So, but yeah. So it'd be nice. I'm looking forward to getting a lawn, again. That would be nice. Um, Here I just been living in concrete jungles since I moved out of my folks' house, like I said. Once in a while, I'd go back and cut the lawn for my grandfather and stuff like that. And then now my dad, like, he's got such a huge property. He's got a riding lawnmower. He won't even let me touch it. So he does the lawn. When I was younger, we had the push mower. Yeah, it was Chris, get out there and do the lawn. But now he's got the riding lawnmower. He won't let me touch it. He's always he goes, he cuts his grass. He goes cuts everyone's grass with it. He's funny. Yeah, me too. I really do. It's nice, it's just outside and exercise, right? That's you. You've never mowed a lawn? Yeah, of course you wouldn't. Your brothers would have taken care of it for sure. But yeah, no, I'll definitely take care of the lawn, Courtney. No problem. So oh yeah, do you like the cup? I So yeah, straw bale. What is it here? Like, that's a funky looking house. So straw bale is rising in popularity as natural building material. It's good insulator, and so it needs plaster or similar material to protect the bales from the elements, right? So yeah, fairly affordable. So this is low cost, and did she really? Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. Um, I always I don't know if that. I should say that. I always felt like when I seen like a girl mowing the lawn, I'm like how could, like I just like what like you gotta, I don't know, you gotta step up, I guess, and I don't know, I don't want to sound sexist, but be the man, cut the lawn. I don't know. Like, it just, me, it's out of place, but that's cool. It's tough. That's awesome. Sorry if I sounded off there, but um, so hurricane codes in like with the straw insulation, eh? So the straw insulation that I've seen in application is inside of just like a normal house, everyday house. But the insulation isn't bat. It's plaster and straw. So I don't know if that because structurally it has nothing to do with structure, right? It's just insulation, right? So I don't know if it would affect the hurricane code or not. I really don't know. In my opinion, it's stronger than It's stronger than bad insulation. It's absolutely stronger. Um, really, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's just, I don't know. I think that's rude. I'm gonna say it. I think it's rude. That, oh yeah, for sure. That's right, Eddie. I got you, buddy. I got it. No problem. I totally got you. And Christina, like, I mean, she's tough. So, I don't think, yeah, she would. Of course, she would have enjoyed it. Of course, she's a tough lady. So, I guarantee you, yeah. And I bet you Court would do it too. But she just doesn't know how, right? So. Really, eh? That's insane, Wheelrow. I would have to go over there and just take over. Like, I would just, or I would just cut the grass for them when they weren't home or something like that. I would drive me mental. I couldn't watch that. But yeah, try to take a picture. That'd be kind of funny. It would go viral. It'll go viral. That would go viral. Yeah, yeah. When we had the smaller, in Toronto too, they have smaller yards, and you won't see anybody with a gas mower. They're all the just the push ones, whatever, and yeah, they're small, they're tiny, they're like 10 by 10 yards. Yeah, I bet. That's so funny. Yeah. We used to have that underground sprinkler system too, mom and dad's, and sometimes they don't always go down all the way, right? And yeah, yeah. I think I clipped one once, and yeah, dad was a little upset. Nice, nice, yeah. Flintstones. Oh my goodness, the Flintstones. Yeah, yeah. That was an awesome show. I forgot that even existed. This here Earth structure. So it's a Earth structure. Earth shelter is built into a hill. That's what it is. It's built into a hill, and this is the kind of stuff that you would do. Like, this is like a fort. Like, it's not a real house, or it's like a shelter. Like if you're gonna hide out, like I said, zombie apocalypse, or if it's war or whatever. You just want to get out of town. Then you could build a structure like this, right? This earth shelter, right? So, it's neat. It's really neat. The use of land as a cover, often curved structure, helps to protect it from the elements and reduce utility costs by keeping temperatures in the home relatively temperate. I can imagine, right? Like, we've all built forts when we were kids, and this is like the Cadillac of all forts, right? Rammed earth tires. This is so weird. Never heard of this before, but what this is you have to pack the tires with dirt, and it's labor intensive, cheap as heck. But yeah, you literally got to pack the dirt in these tires tight, and you sometimes got to use a sledgehammer to get it in there, right? I don't know. So, like, again, if you're just building like an actual shelter on the fly, something, tires. You can use tires. Yeah, hunting home. Yeah, like a hunting cabin, hunting home, something like that. That would be really cool. Like some of the hunting like shacks that I've been to, something like this earth home would be even better. I remember we were out I was out with the boys when I was younger. My dad didn't hunt, but I was out with his friends. And I never hunted either. I don't do that, but I was just out with them, and they're shooting. Oh God, how can I remember? I don't know, some kind of big bird. And we got back. There was a bear in the shack. It was crazy. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. You don't want to run into a bear when you get back to the shack. It was crazy. Snow load. You know what? Interesting. Aw. Hey, what are you doing? Want to say hi quick? Okay, well, we got a visitor. Oh, you're up, eh? Okay, just say hi real quick. Hey, we'll go see Mama. Say hi.
Hi.
And look who's up. Did you have fun yesterday? Yeah, we had fun, right? All right. Okay, say hi and then
Hi.
ostrich. Okay, I love you, baby. Okay, go see mom.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Oh, you know what? Let's go this way, babe. You got her? She's so adorable. That's my princess. Aw. Ostrich. No, partridge. Is it partridge, right? Is that what I'm thinking? No, not partridge. Oh, Jesus. I want to say turkey, but what the heck are they called, man? I can't remember. Yeah, so rainwater sump pump. Interesting to think about that, right? So how does the plumbing work, right? I don't know. I really don't know, and I'd like to see the inside of this thing, right? And see how, you know, if you, I guess if you think about it traditionally, you just run your plumbing and electrical, whatever, just like any quail. That's it, quail. That's it. I'm pretty sure that was it. The quails are pretty small, right? Quail are small though, I think, right? They're the tinier ones. But that could have been it. That definitely could have been it. But yeah, quail is such a that's some good stuff there. But yeah, so you'd have to run everything underground and in whatever beforehand, I guess, or I don't know, before you did your finishing and stuff like that. But yeah, that's an interesting question. Because like I'm picturing like just like a hole dug in the ground out back, right? Because a small chicken. Yeah, yeah. They're tinier. So no, this one I'm sure was like fatter, but I'll remember it. I'll remember it. It's gonna drive me nuts now. So yeah, the earth shelter. That's interesting. I have no idea how you run plumbing and electrical in that. It's crazy. You know, like I have no idea, right? Earth tires. Earth bags. So same thing. Like this is just crazy stuff. Outhouse. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Eddie. Outhouse out back. I don't think I'd build with this, but like I said, like on the fly, right? So this would just be in between the wall, like in the wall, like it's normal insulation, right? You still have to have a structure, but it's like brick when it's full. So this stuff here, have you guys ever heard of? Have you ever heard of papercrete before? I have, but it's not very good stuff. It's lightweight, but it's made out of recycled paper, and but when it gets wet, it deteriorates for big time, right? Aw, yeah. Thanks, Carlos. Yeah, yeah. My girls are so beautiful. I might have to buy a gun eventually. Yeah, they're really beautiful. You should see my the little one too. She's so cute. Such a little little troublemaker, But yeah, this gosh, and my girls like they're just daddy's girls. So I can't be too hard on them. They're just so full of life, and you want them to be strong, right? You want your girls to be strong, so you don't you kind of encourage them to be aggressive sometimes, right? Not like like if with my boy, he's a soft, gentle hearted kid, and my girls are aggressive and really outgoing. Oh, rammed earth house construction on YouTube. Form them with rebar and metal forms. Okay, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, because I think with rebar, I think what is it, the higher number 15? No, lower 10M is still bendable, right? So you can bend it. Um, yeah, that's right. That's right, Eddie. I know we all have daughters. That's awesome. Yeah, they're just, yeah. All the kids are just the best, man. Yeah. train containers. Actually, the sea cans, the train containers, the sea cans, that's actually a part of this stream. So cob is clay soil mixture. You gotta, with all these different building techniques, you gotta consider where you're gonna put it, right? So you gotta build to your environment, right? So make sure it's suitable, right? So the neat thing about cob is it's hand formed, right? So it's like pottery or whatever, right? Excuse me, sorry. That's the neat thing. It's all hand formed, so it's artistic, right? You can form it almost however you'd like. So that's neat. So cob is something that's been around for centuries, but you don't really think of it nowadays, right? But it can still be applied. Adobe. Now Adobe, same thing. I think this is also no. So Adobe, yeah. So this is packed into a mold, and it's neat, and it's done on layers. But so yeah, of course you want to have it in warmer climates. But I Adobe is another thing that you've seen, but you didn't know what it was called, type thing. Yeah, you bet, Carlos. That's so cute. Yeah. Yeah. I know all about that, Eddie. Yeah, and then the hybrid builds. It's neat because like if you think about places that need building, people need homes and stuff like that. Like you could low cost. See, here you go. There's the shipping containers here. Wiro. My one friend Ryan, he's always trying to get me to start a Seacan home building business with him. He's been bugging me for a couple of years now to get it going, and because you can get you can get the Seacans as low as like $1,500 each, 40 by 8, and so that's decent, right? And I've seen so many cool things. Like I've seen them on YouTube. I've seen them being used. And it's neat. It's really neat stuff. So now this is some actual stuff we really do use, like structural insulated panels. So these are something that we call these sandwich panels, or IMP, insulated metal panel. I think that's the same thing, okay? But these ones are structural. So fiberglass panels made from insulating foam sandwiched from 2 layers of structural material. So you're generally like some kind of steel either side. In the steel would be, I'd say, 26 gauge steel on the outside, it'd be 26 gauge on the inside and like 20 gauge on the outside type thing. And Kingspan is a company that builds it. I think Kingspan is like the only company that supplies these in Canada. Yeah, the sea cans are beautiful. I love the idea of having a trade show booth done out of a sea can, right? Because you can have your thing on, like you can walk in the base and have your displays in the inside of the can, and have a coffee bar on top of the sea can for people to hang out as a lounge, right? So that's attractive. I love that idea, right? Of that sea can trade show booth. And yeah, Courtney, they did one for something at one of the brands. Oh yeah, they did. I remember seeing it. It was for the AGLC. Yeah, that was cool. That was nice. Yeah, I liked them. So yeah, so the advantages of using these SIPs is that they're so quick to put up. Very, very quick to put up. They cost a little bit more. I think 10% more than right here, right? So 10% more expensive than stick building, and the builder needs to be well versed in the process to make sure the panels fit together precisely. Sorry. So that's not a big deal. There's unions for that do this. There's lots of people that do this. I do this. It's not that hard to do. Estimating this stuff is simple. It's super easy to build and to estimate. So, and it's so quick. It's so quick to put up because it's just like they come like 3 feet wide. I think 305 to 4 whatever. But they I think they come 3-4 feet maybe. Oh gosh, I can't believe I don't remember. But it's so quick, and then they connect in, right? Like there's no snapping involved or anything, but they have like it's a process, right? They go in one direction, right? So you start one way, and it goes all the way around. So when you're taking them off, it's a little difficult to take one off in the middle, right? Yeah, Courtney, Wheelroll's wondering what your job is. Modular construction. This modular construction is, in my opinion, I hate modular construction. I just say it because it's actually really screwing up the like the bid process of construction, because these guys with these factories come in and they can bid so low because they don't have safety programs. They don't have like the same QA/QC as we do in the field. They don't wear PPE when they're building the stuff. Like the guys in the shops are literally wearing running shoes, and that's it, right? It's crazy. It's quick, but it's messy. Like there's some shady stuff going on in the modular construction business. Trust me. I definitely do not like modular construction whatsoever. You guys they cut the buildings up and they build them in pieces and ship them to site and assemble them on site. So you got your framing, your drywall, your insulating, your even the cladding or the Z bar and So you got they do the framing, the ends glass, the vapor barrier, and then they run the Z bar and the rigid insulation, and then they put the cladding on it on site. But I'm glad to hear you guys made it, Christina. That's good. Good job, Aubrey. That's really cool. But yeah, so modular construction, they have special software that breaks the building up into panels, and they just label them and stuff like that. Square foot of job cost goes down. Yeah. Square foot of the job cost does go down. It's a cheaper way to build, but it's not the same. Like, it just drives me nuts because they can bid so low, and they're killing they're just screwing up the numbers, like in the cladding business, right? The sheet metal business. It's really messing up the actual bidding part of it, right? Because you're not comparing apples and apples. It's apples and bananas or whatever. It's not the same thing, right? Because you're not it's just, yeah, you're not confined to the job site. So the superintendent isn't there, the general contractor isn't on the, like, they'll come maybe once in a while to check on things in the factory, but the general contractor isn't there. So the building is being built away from the watchful eye of the general contractor, right? And really, that's crazy. Yeah, tradesmen suffer. You're absolutely right. It's I hate modular construction. No, I'll never ever promote it ever. It's awful. It's just, and it's very sketchy. Like the last time I worked, I worked in one of these factories, and like I never even got paid for my last 2 weeks working there. After the job, I went and I worked like overtime, worked every day of the week to get this job done for these guys and get them on schedule over Christmas, and they didn't pay me, right? So apples to cabbage. There, thanks, Wheelrow. Thank you. Yes, fruit is fruit. Right on. Yes, apples to cabbage, or apples to, yeah, like modular construction. It's just, it's not cool. Steel framing, I love it. I love steel framing. So using recycled steel. So framing houses with steel studs instead of lumber. fireproof, stronger, and so they so sorry. They say, though, here, although steel framing is similar to traditional stick framing, in the construction process, the construction materials are vastly different, and builders need to be trained to use them correctly. So, I started as a wood framer back in the day, doing concrete and wood framing, and when I went to steel stud, it was definitely different because it's a different way of building, right? So you're using different tools even. I went from using air nailers to impact drivers, and starting to use like the powder actuated guns and stuff like that, and just different tools and different materials. I love steel stud framing. It's straight. It's more like I can just build so much more with steel than I can, like it's just it's neat. It's good stuff. Like I like building with steel a lot. It's fun. But yeah, it was definitely different than wood framing. I had to change it up. Like I had to learn a different way, and yeah, it was definitely just different. So like typically too, like carpenters don't make the best ISM workers, right? Because they're used to the one way. But I transitioned no problem. It's just gotta do it that different way, right? But it's cool being a carpenter in the steel stud business because my builds are definitely more structurally sound than a typical, because I add those extra little pieces here and there, right? So yeah, I bet, eh? If I was, like I was saying to Court too, if we did build a house, I would be building it with steel stud and concrete, right? And that was where I'd be starting. It'd be awesome, absolutely awesome. PVC, yeah, we know what PVC is. Timber frame, we know what that is. Autoclaved aerated concrete blocks. So AAC, what this is same strength as concrete, but it's 80% air. So they just pump it with air and it expands. So it's as strong as concrete, but it's very light, very light. So it's cool stuff. So AAC, that's what that is. Yeah, so you guys do stick framing there. In Florida, it was all concrete block. So yeah, concrete masonry units, right? So what do we cinder block? Is that what we call them? But yeah, I love steel, iron, and concrete. So I would utilize them. Excuse me, and I like metal cladding. So I would definitely use metal cladding for my exterior finish, ACM paneling, and or some kind of sheet metal cladding. That's how I'd have a proper rain screen system on my house. I was driving by one the other day. It was beautiful looking home. It was a rain screen exterior wall. It was beautiful metal cladding. Oh, it was just gorgeous. It stuck out. It was out of all the houses down that street. It stuck out. It was beautiful home, and sure beats the vinyl siding. Ugh. And it's strong, right? It's so strong. And the barrier series, like the 5000 barrier series paint finish, is very strong as well. And you can repair chips and stuff like that very easily because the color does not fade. Like it sure, everything fades, but not like this stuff holds its ground for a long time. It's good stuff. ICF, insulated concrete forms. I actually really like these things. They're really cool because the rigid insulation is there. The forms, you don't have to strip at the end. It's just insulation, or sorry, rigid. It's got the bar in it already. It's like building blocks. Sometimes they come in blocks. Like you just build it, right? I've seen foundations built this way. We're actually, a lot of foundations here in Edmonton are being done with ICF now. I love it. I think it's great because yeah, you form it, you pour it. That's it, right? You don't have to do the rebar. You don't have to do you don't have to get the rigid onto the, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome stuff. ICF, I think, started around here somewhere. This is something that I think actually started up and around here in Canada. But yeah, it's awesome stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they parch it, right? I see. Yep. Um, yeah. Oh gosh, a hurricane. Jesus. I'm so glad that not boiled nuts. He that you know, that hurricane. They didn't hit him, right. That'd be freaky deaky. My folks' condo gets nailed in Lauderdale with hurricanes. But when they leave and they come back to Canada, they have like things that go over the windows and all that stuff, right? Hardy is awesome. Hardy is really nice. It's very high end for residential. Uh, it looks beautiful. It really does look nice, and it's a neat system too, right? So it gives you a bit of a rain screen too, I believe, right? But yeah, Hardy is beautiful. Yeah, it's nice. I really like it. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's so nice. I think you guys have shown us a few houses with Hardy too, eh, Christina? But yeah, they're starting to do Hardy up here too. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's been we've been chatting a little bit too on the back end, and yeah, that's nice. But you have a brother in that area, eh, Christina? In, is it Maui? I want to say. Like, did they get hit? So this is neat. This is another thing. So the algae is the was awesome. This is just as awesome. This is because have a serious uh, shortage for sand, right? In America, like the world, there's a sand shortage, right? So these guys are using sand from the desert now. It's amazing. So a team of scientists in the UK have developed a biodegradable construction material made from desert sand, a resource that has until now been useless for construction. Oh, you do tons of Hardy, eh? That's yeah, that's cool. I got a buddy who does Hardy too full time. Um, he is. Oh, I don't know. I thought you had somebody and knew somebody not in Florida, or somebody. I'm not sure. Christina. I think Bull Nuts was saying something, or somebody was saying something about you having a relative maybe in the storm. So I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But so desert sand that's up until now been sandbar, yeah. Useless is now right called finite. So the materials developed by a group of Imperial College in London is as strong as concrete, but half the carbon footprint. As strong as concrete, but half the carbon footprint. So this is great. This is fantastic. This is the stuff that you know we are. This is what it's all about. You know, this algae thing, and then using desert sand. This is what it's all about. We you know, instead of like making bombs, like we gotta be building. We gotta be researching this stuff, right? Building materials and you know, and going further in science, like you know, we're gonna eventually run out of resources in Earth, right? So we got to start figuring out how to use what we have in a better way, you know. Maui got hit with a fire. Oh, a fire. Oh, I see. Oh God, yeah. We like BC's on fire, and we have still yet to see blue skies in Edmonton because of the smoke. And we've been have like air warnings. Like we can't even go outside. It's like it's crazy. Like it's so crazy. Like we're inside all winter, and then summer comes, and then there's fires. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Um, we had a huge fire in Fort McMurray. Up Fort McMurray is like the town that that you know like where all the oil, like there's got Suncor, you got all these oil sands refineries and stuff up there. And Fort McMurray is like the town where everybody lives. Well, I think it was like half of the town burnt down. It was awful, and like I'd never seen anything like it. When I was up there, I went up there shortly after the fire just to just see if I could lend a hand doing whatever it is, cleaning up and stuff like that. But like cars and metal, like just literally burnt and crumbling into dust. Like it was crazy. Just disintegrated this stuff. And yeah, fire is huge in northern Canada. There's lots of fires in the summer. So yeah, so now it's summertime and we gotta stay inside because of the smoke, right? So it sucks. But yeah, see, so sand scarcity is a global issue. Yeah, it's the potentially disastrous sand shortage, hence the startup name Finite. Really? It was started from a spark from an ATV? I didn't even know that. So was that the Fort McMurray fire, Courtney? And then so solar wind farms. Oh, I love it. I love the wind. The wind farms, the best. The solar, not so much yet, because the problem with the solar panels is the chemicals that are used to clean them causes ground disturbance. Huge. So you can't use this chemical to clean the solar panels if you're anywhere near like farms, like cattle farms or any kind of vegetable, any farming or anything close to drinking water. You can't use solar panels, right? Because of the chemicals used to clean them. Unless there's been an advance in technology that I don't know about yet. But I do love the concept of solar power. I absolutely do. And the shingles, the roofing shingles now that are solar panels, like solar shingles they call them, right? So that's amazing. And I'm not sure if you have to clean them or not, but I could definitely look more into that one as well. But the wind is my absolutely favorite. I love it, and it's so simple to set up. All you need is the windmill, cables, dry cells, and a converter, and that's it. You're done. Like it's pretty easy to set up, and it's highly effective if you have the right setup. It's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so I thought that was really neat. This this sand from deserts, right? So it's really really cool stuff. But so yeah, I got let's see if I got some. Oh yeah, so this metal here, grip metal. They're using it. It's neat. It's flexible. It's thin, and they just use it to sandwich in between. Like so, they'll put. Scotland has a huge wind farm. Yeah, probably. Yeah, cool. Yeah, hydro, like from the dams, like water. You guys, there's like a huge dam down there. You guys have in the south there, right? You learned that on trivia night. That's awesome. Oh, trivia night. This is getting pretty fun. It's getting competitive, eh? That was a fun. I don't know anything about Star Trek. I was a keyboard samurai that night, just getting but the bonus questions, that was cool because I do research. Like I watch your videos more than once, and I take notes, right? And I take the notes of things that I think you might ask. And sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I got the answer right away, and sometimes I don't. But it's fun. Hydropower. Yeah, yeah. There is Hoover Dam. Yeah, that's right, Christina. Hoover Dam. Yeah. Thank you for that. There's so many things that you don't think about, right? Like that produce anything that moves produces energy, right? Anything that moves, right? There's energy all around us. It's these the oil companies though are so, like, the politicians are like, they're in the pockets of like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The guy who made, like, the first electric car cells in Scotland, or it's not in Scotland, in British Columbia, there is a company that's been making car batteries for a couple decades now, and it's well known that the government has been suppressing that technology because of the oil, and it's awful. It's absolutely awful. I don't know what this country would do if we didn't have the oil. Honestly, it would be a disaster. So, it's awful. It's awful in my opinion. I hate those oil sands. They're disgusting. And the pollution. I cannot believe these guys can get away with polluting the way they do. It's awful. It's awful. You have to see it to believe it. The stacks are, and I've said this before, they're just massive stacks pumping this black smoke into the air all day, every day of the year. I cannot believe these guys get away with this. It's awful. And the pollution is disgusting. It's disturbing. It's absolutely disturbing. I hate those refineries up there. They're awful, awful, awful places. It's always dark up there. It's just always dark. You never get sunshine. It's always gray or black. Excuse me, skies. It's awful. And yeah, Scotland is Richard here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Richard. I was talking to him last night. He was gonna try to make it over, but yeah, oil's big business. But I mean, come on, like, that's. I think it's just disturbing. Honestly, it's there's this. I think we definitely gotta slow it down. Slow it down. Like, it doesn't have to, like, the reserve, like the reserve of oil. You'd be surprised how much oil they have on reserve. You would be surprised. I bet, shocked, how much they have in barrels. They need to slow that shit down. It's awful. It's awful stuff. And I get it. I get it. Like, I mean, it pays the bills, right? And people got to work. We got to make money. But why are we suppressing other technologies? Why are we purposely suppressing other technologies so we can manufacture oil? That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. So it's awful. Because honestly, we can definitely create jobs. We take away oil, we replace it with something else. It's the simple, right? It's greed. It's greed. That's all it is. And right now we're paying up here. We're, like, I know it'd be different for you guys, but when the big oil booms, when the gas is above $1.30, things should be booming and hustling, right? Well, it's at like almost at $1.60 right now, and nothing. It's not like it was back in the oil boom. It's crazy. It's insane. And I don't know if has anyone noticed a difference in like, I don't know. I have to check in the news, but has Trump put some kind of extra taxes or duties on Steam? Right, they were run on Steam, I believe. But is there some, because the shipping from Canada to the U.S. and vice versa is insanely high right now. Insanely high. Did something happen? Like, yeah, $3. That's a gallon, right? You guys, $3 a gallon. We're $1.56 a liter. So I don't know how many liters are in a gallon. I could look that up, but the shipping rates, what the heck is going on? Like, something that costs $16 to ship, like, say last year, is now $60 to ship now. Like, what's going on? Did I miss something? Like, it's insane. I don't know what's going on, but what's this here? Okay, so building with Earth. Oh yeah, this page here, for anyone on the replay or anyone on the stream, this just really breaks it down to all the different all the different elements that we use for building right now. So you got sand, fiber, lime, blah, blah, blah. And then so it talks about adobe, cob, earth bag, rammed earth, and Sima ram blocks, all that stuff. So this is just like a reference. Like this is a resource for 3.75 liter to a gallon. Thanks, Alexa. Wow. So I'm gonna do that really quick math. So how long till your stream starts, Christine? Yeah. I but doesn't that seem high? Doesn't that seem high though, Christina? That well, because it cost me $11 to ship a knife to Vince, but we just ordered some stuff from the States, and the exact same price. Yeah, so so the product cost $50 and it costs $60 to ship. It's insane. It's absolutely crazy. And last year it cost it was only what was it, $16? It was $16 but it was seriously $16 to ship last year. And Chef, hey, nice man, Chef's in the house, guys. Cool, man. Yeah, the same provider, the same merch, the same stuff was only $16 to ship last year, and the same stuff costs $60 now. This is crazy. It's absolutely insane. Like, so I'm gonna just open up my calculator. So 3.75 times 1.6. So we're paying double. We're paying double for gas up here. Double. We'd be paying $6 a gallon. We're paying $6 a gallon for gas. But that's for that's like we use premium gas in the Jeep. So but like that's crazy. $6. So that's $6 a gallon. That's insane, right? So nice. I'm so glad you made it. We're kind of running a little later than normal too, Chef. Just been talking lots this morning. So I'm glad we did. I'm glad you made it. Yeah. It's 9 to ship cups in the States, eh? Right. Yeah, the time difference. Yeah. I'm not sure where you're just, I know where you are. I want to say new, oh my goodness, but I want to go to, ever since you talked about Colorado, I want to go. I want to go fishing with you, bud. Like, I so want to go. That would be so nice. Yeah, right. So yeah, we're paying $6 a gallon for gas. That's insane. That's so stupid, right? It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So like why like it's insane. Look at this. This is yeah. So 3 months difference. So yeah, so we bought something 3 months ago. It cost us $16 a ship, and then yesterday it cost us $60. That's insane. It's crazy. We get really nailed up here. If I'm correct, we're the only country in the world that our tax gets taxed. We literally get robbed up here from every direction. It's awful. That's why I went, I got the company, limited company or whatever like that. I go business, because you got to write off everything. If you didn't have write-offs in this country, like, which most people don't, they just live by the system and they pay. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Like, the only way to go is to go limited company and write off everything. You have to write off everything because it's New Mexico. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say New Mexico. I thought. Yeah. But oh man, I think we're gonna go to the mountains next week. Courtney's on vacation, or this week, so I think we're gonna go down to Banff or Canmore and check it out. I love it down there. Oh yeah, this page right here, this last Amazon Prime is the best, Eddie. I agree. we yeah yeah. There, Courtney just said it for me. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about two things actually, Courtney. We're talking about fuel cost, like the gas costs. That like we're paying more than double than they pay in this in the U.S. And we're also talking about shipping rates. So there's two things we're talking about there. Arizona. Oh, nice. Excuse me. Yeah, my dad went down there. Arizona went through like a housing crisis or something like that, eh? And Brandon, hey, what's up, man? Right on, brother. Yeah, glad you made it in. But yeah, he went down there and bought a whole bunch of houses. Like they were so cheap. Like he bought a whole slew of them. Him and his buddies bought like tons of houses, in Arizona, and they sold them. They ended up selling all of them too, but something happened. So yeah, here's a page full of videos. I'm not gonna go into them, but these videos will go and show you all the things that we've been talking about, right? So there's pretty much a video on everything we were just talking about on this page. So this would be link number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So link 7. So yeah, this link, it has all the videos on pretty much all the stuff we were talking about. So it's kind of cool. I wanted to add that. I'm not going to go into it because we've been running a long time, and I think Christina's going to start. Sorry, Courtney. I knew you were. I just wasn't sure. But yeah, he is a flipper. My dad is a flipper. Absolutely, he's been flipping houses, and apartment buildings and all kinds of crazy stuff ever since I was a kid. That's where I really got my true start in construction. Like I got my first job, I was 15 years old. I was working as a sprinkler, like a fire protection. I was working as a sprinkler fitter when I was 15 in the industrial factories down in Toronto. Yeah, no problem, Brandon. I'm so glad you made it in, man. You enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and appreciate you stopping in this morning, man. Taking the time to come in and say hi. That's super awesome, man. So yeah, like I used to just, when I was younger, Dad was always having work done on the house, and he's always doing other houses. So I was always with the guys. I was either cleaning up or helping them, whatever, right? I was always helping. And that's where I got my real start in construction. Ever since I could hold a hammer, I've been swinging it. So, yeah, it's been cool. And I got my first real job outside of working for my dad when I was 15, like I said, in fire protection, in hanging sprinklers. Believe it, I was such a 15 years old little kid, and yeah, hanging 8-inch water mains by myself on a big huge lift. Like you gotta put the pipe on the lift with a forklift, and then you gotta strap it down, and then you gotta lift it up into place. And these lifts are huge, right? So I was in charge of that part. I would load it, strap it, and then I'd lift it. And then there's the two journeymen on either side with other lifts. Then they would connect them with the Vic clamps, right? Well, my dad, honestly, he's tried to get me back home to Toronto so many times, and uh, yeah, and house flipping, yeah, I probably will. I'll probably start doing that, eventually. But the thing is like when I came out west, I kind of like, or when I left home at 17, I don't I'm not the kind of kid that kind of lives off their parents, right? Like I wanted to go and make my own name, do my own thing. So, and quite honestly, I haven't had the money to do it, to start flipping houses. So, I'm kind of getting to the point now where we could possibly start doing something like that. So, yeah, but, I'm only 39, so I still got quite a bit of time left. And I think when my dad was about 40, 41 when he started doing it. right? And like, cause up until then he was a car salesman, believe it or not. That's what he did. He had his first business. He started working when he was 15 years old, selling Cadillacs, the biggest GM dealership in Toronto. And, you know, he had his first body shop when he was 18. And from there, he was a car salesman. He sold cars. And he had his own car dealership and stuff like that when I was younger. And yeah, then he got into the restaurant business and started doing flipping houses and all that stuff when he was in his 40s. So yeah, I'm kind of right on his heels. I'm right on his heels. So yeah, he's a good man. I like my dad. He's a hardworking man. My mom's a hardworking woman. My mother has multiple sclerosis, and she runs a restaurant, and she's on her feet all day long, 6 days a week. She is a tough cookie. So I got really good parents who are really good role models, and yeah, salesman is a key word. Yeah. Yeah, he's a salesman. Yeah, and he taught me a lot. He taught me how to work hard. I couldn't thank him enough for, you know, when I left when I was young because him and I weren't getting along, and I didn't even talk to the guy for a couple of years. And and today, like, he's probably my best friend outside of Courtney. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, all this page is videos, and then this last page is just, I wanted to put this because it's neat to think about materials for manufacturing in the future, right? So which one's this one here? So I'm gonna go into it. Yeah, so bio-inspired plastic. So light enough to permit flight, and thin enough to accommodate flexibility, and strong enough to whatever. But this is a wing of something, but it's pretty neat, right? Echo and Alexa, I missed it. But yeah, so just kind of different stuff, right? Ultra thin platinum hydrogen fuel cell vehicles could provide clean transportation in the future. Carbon fiber, but yeah, just something. Oh yeah, these earth magnets are so cool, so strong. But yeah, there's some neat stuff in here too. I actually made it through all the pages. I almost thought that we weren't going to today, but it was a super awesome conversation, great stream. I had fun today, that's for sure. You're starting in 40 minutes, eh, Christina? So Echo Show has big screen. I put it in the kitchen. Best thing ever. Recipes and videos. Echo Show. So I know. I gotcha. The Echo is the Alexa device. Oh, I want one. I so want one. I'm definitely going to incorporate that in the automation and everything like that into our home. So I've been renting my whole life up until now. We're going to buy something, but I've been a renter for, you know, like ever since I left home. So I'm like, and I'm a builder. So you know how hard it is to be a builder and living in rental houses? It's awful because they're junk. Like, this place is a dump. Like, I can say it. It's a dump. It's tiny and it's old, and you don't, like, why would you want to do anything? It's not your house, right? So so $26 for 5 months to Prime, for Prime members, eh? I love it. And we're Prime. We definitely have Amazon Prime, and it's awesome because, you know, the delivery times and all that stuff is awesome. So but yeah, no, it was a wicked stream, super fun today, guys. And anybody on the replay, if you haven't checked out Real World's channel, he's got a channel, check it out. Of course, Christina, your real estate whisperer, it's a great channel. She goes live at I think 12 o'clock her time, 11 o'clock my time. So we're only an hour different, I think, and right. So it's awesome. So yeah, Yeah, you guys can always. You know what? I'll have to add you to my homepage too, Will. I'll make a note of that as well, because I'm putting everybody's pages under Visit Our Friends on my homepage, on my YouTube homepage. So, we'll do that. We'll do that up too. Because yeah, you know, that's what it's all about. The only way to grow is with each other and supporting each other, because YouTube isn't going to do it for us. So, it's been super awesome, super awesome. But yeah, I can't wait to move, buy something so I can actually live in something that I like. It's hard. It's really hard living in a place that you're unhappy with. And it's time. I mean, yeah, when I was younger, yeah, whatever. But now with the kids and all that stuff, you know, we definitely got to move and do it right. So, everybody, it was awesome. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. We'll see you over Christina's stream today. They're in new construction again today, so excited to see some more of that. I love the stuff you guys have been showing us. It's really good stuff. It definitely contrasts what we have going on up here in new construction, and I can appreciate that. So. No, ask away. Never hold back the questions ever. It's awesome. It's been really fun. So, yeah, I like to have the conversation. This is what the going live's all about, right? So is just to be able to, you know, hang out. That's what we're doing, right? We're hanging out. So, I'll see you guys later on. Definitely, I'll see you on your stream for sure today, Christina and Eddie. It's funny too, Eddie. I know when I mention, I want to say that when I mention Christina all the time too, I kind of include you in that group, right? Like I'm thinking about you at the same time. So, just so you know, right? You guys are the top shelf, and I appreciate everything. So we'll see you, Wilro, Carlos, and the other guys who stopped in. Yeah, no problem, eh? Oh, Amelia, love you too, sweetheart. I love you too, Court. All right, guys. This is Chris. Bye for now, everybody.